sharing space together. So, in tonight's Mindful Flow, we are going to be continuing on the path of inspiration that I've used for the past few weeks, taking from the Yoga Sutras. And this week, we are moving into the fifth niyama. So, the niyamas are the duties toward ourselves that the Yoga Sutras lay out as part of the 8-limb path of growth and enlightenment and liberation. So in the bigger sense, they're very, very important. And the final niyama, I wrote a little bit in the newsletter that came out today, is probably one of the more challenging ones because it's somewhat elusive, but depending on where you are in your own spirituality, it may be the easiest for you. But it has to do with connecting and surrendering to a higher power, spirit. You may think of this as God. You may think of it as some other elusive spiritual deity, but it really means surrendering the self to something that's bigger than yourself. And that's the easiest way for me to just sort of break it down. And I think that one of the ways that we can try to experience a little of this is to take a few minutes in meditation. So we are going to begin this evening's practice with a meditation. So I'd like for you to take a comfortable seat, and it can be Sukhasana if this is the most comfortable seated position for you. It could be Hero's Pose, which is another typical meditation seat. So that may be something that's better for you. It could be Lotus if Lotus is in your practice. That is a very common meditation seat as well. With any of those seats, what I'd like to draw your attention to is thinking about your position relative to your seat and the earth, because our practice tonight will be reminding us to stay connected. And one of the primary ways we stay connected is through our energy from the earth and the earth itself, but then also we're sending energy directly up. So the energy will be flowing both ways. And in this meditation, I'd like you to just go ahead and find that comfortable seat. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. If you're not comfortable closing the eyes, you can always just bring your gaze down the nose. Begin to quiet your mind. Begin to peel away the layers of the day where you had other things going on and activities and emotions, and see if you can first begin to drop in to that deepest part of yourself, your inner self, your true and authentic self. Feel your seat. Feel the grounding nature of your seat. And bring your awareness to this area until you truly feel grounded and present. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to embrace this feeling of being grounded and supported. by your environment. Then next, begin to bring your awareness up the spine, moving slowly and noticing how each part of the spine supports the next. As you move higher and higher through your back body, glide this awareness up the front of your spine as well as the back. Check in with each individual area as you move this awareness up the body. Thinking about what's happening on your inside. Air moving in and out, blood flowing and warming, all the time remaining in that supported, grounded state. As you bring this awareness all the way up into the neck, feel the lift as the energy draws your head higher and higher and begins to reach upward into the ether above you. Once your awareness comes to the top of your head, imagine that there is a beautiful white lotus flower resting just above the top of your head. Imagine that this flower is initially closed, but then with each subsequent breath, one petal at a time, begins to open. Imagine as you open this lotus that your innermost self is merging more and more with the universe. Stay with this for the next few moments. And see if that feeling of connection, of surrender to oneness with the universe, begins to envelop your being. Take 5 more breaths here. Don't rush through it, but stay and embrace. whatever feeling you have at this moment, whatever state of being you have come to, know that you are experiencing Isvara Pradhanana, which is the fifth niyama. Surrender to spirit. All right, begin to slowly bring your eyes and gaze forward. Open them up. We'll stay in our seat for just a moment and bring the arms up. Raise them overhead, connect the palms, bring your palms together. Gently gaze upward toward your palms, lifting them toward the universe and spirit. And then gently guide the palms down to the heart center, bowing in Anjali Mudra. Set your intention for your practice this evening, whatever it may be. And then you can bring your hands forward, and we will begin to move a little bit and flow with our practice. All right, I hope you found that to be relaxing and a nice way to introduce our theme for this evening. We're going to begin in a standing position. So go ahead and come all the way up. And again, just to remind you in practice today, we're really going to concentrate on connecting the energy, moving up and down in the body, thinking about grounding and staying supported and lifting and reaching upward. So let's begin by just coming into a standard Tadasana mountain pose. Rock back and forth on your feet. Feel the four corners of your feet. And then bring those feet to stillness. Tap down one toe at a time. Spread them out so that you feel the connection with each 10 toes. And you start to really be aware of energy drawing up through the arches of your feet. Lift that energy up through the legs. Lift it all the way into the mid-body. And then once you've come up halfway, start to feel the lengthening also downward, your tailbone reaching toward the earth. Continue lifting up your energy through the front part of your body. Raise the arms up once again. Connect your palms. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, we're going to keep those palms connected in prayer hands as we lift the heart and come into a little back bend. So this is a standing prayer pose. Hands are in prayer position, reaching backward. Heart is lifting and your arms are framing your ears. 2 more breaths from right here. We're going to hold these positions a little longer tonight. It's not going to be a fast practice. It's going to be a slow, more meaningful one. And then bringing the hands down, we're going to round the back. Allow the head to come all the way down, forward fold. Let the head just reach down. And hopefully you have your blocks nearby. We're going to bring a block or 2 underneath your head. So we're going to build those blocks, maybe even 2 on top of one another. And you can widen your feet a little bit here because we're going to come into a standing ragdoll using blocks for support of the head. So the height of the blocks is up to you. Just choose a height where you can let the crown of your head come straight down. Gently and lightly touch the crown of the head to the blocks.
So this is where you'll need to play with your own height. I can't really tell you which way to do it. But just bring it down so that your head can gently rest on the top of the blocks. Your fingers can lightly touch the floor, but you should feel somewhat supported and not really like you have to dump into your hands. Breathe here and just bring that awareness back to the crown of the head, the area that's now reaching downward toward the earth. Same area where that lotus flower was visualized. Take 2 more breaths here. Let your shoulders relax. And if you wish, you can take your hands off the mat, grasp your elbows, and come into a full supported ragdoll. Tonight's mantra, tonight's affirmation is going to be, I stay connected as I surrender to Spirit. All right, you can bring your hands back down. Slowly walk your hands up your shins. You've been upside down for a while, so we want to take this nice and slow as we come up. And just gently guide yourself all the way back up, upright position. Arms reach out once again. Come up and overhead, connect your palms once again. Heel toe your feet back into hip distance. And we're going to take that standing prayer as we reach backward with the palms. Let your breath out as you lift your heart. Stay here for one more breath. Grounding through your feet, reaching with those hands. Exhale, come forward, round your back, and this time fully forward fold. You can remove the blocks and put them back in their traditional position. Inhale, this time come up halfway. Lift and extend through the crown of your head. Lengthen through the tail. And make sure that your back is nice and flat. So we're really lengthening here. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. All right, inhale, come all the way up. Hands are going to come to your heart. Close your eyes for one breath and revisit your intention for your practice this evening. Release the hands down. We're going to step back with the left leg and come into a warrior one. Again, we're moving into some standing poses already, but we're going to take these nice and slow, so there's no need to rush. I want you to really be thoughtful and mindful about your position. So ground yourself with your legs. Make sure that all 4 corners of your feet on the front foot are really reaching down and gripping that mat. Back leg is supporting you. Lift your arms up. Once again, connect your palms. Frame your ears with the palms. And we're going to take 3 breaths right here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. This time as you exhale, bring your arms to goddess arm position, opening the elbows out to the side. Fingers are reaching wide. And then exhale, bring your hands to the heart. We're going to transition now to a warrior 3. So with hands at the heart, shift your weight forward into that front leg. You can tap that left leg or slide it forward. Moving into this position, lifting the left leg whenever you're ready. It can lift a little or a lot. Awareness of the center channel for your balance here. Breathe, stay steady. And then step back once again with that left foot. Lift the arms back up into warrior 1. One full breath here.
And then transitioning from warrior one, we're going to slightly shift the hips so that they're facing the left side of the mat into warrior two. Now your arms are reaching east and west, but your legs are still planted. You're lifting that energy up still through the crown of the head. Through this practice, really think about lifting up towards spirit. From warrior two, pivot on the right foot. Come into 5-point star. 3 full breaths here. Just as we did in the opening meditation, think about the spine lifting, extending, upward and down. Hands are going to come to the waist, and then we're going to slowly fold forward with a flat back. Lift your thigh muscles to begin to support you as you come all the way down. Hands eventually coming down to the mat, or you can grab a block if you need support to have a landing spot. Just let the head release. Crown is reaching down now, but your thighs and legs are still carrying energy upward. These two polar energy flows throughout this practice. Inhale, come up to fingertips, flatten out through the back. Exhale, bend the elbows back and fold. Again, lift, come up to fingertips. Exhale and fold. This time, inhale, come up to fingertips. But we're going to walk the hands around to the front of the mat. Pivot on your front foot, coming into a low runner's lunge. From the low lunge, go ahead and drop the left knee down and uncurl the left toes. Pause here for a moment. Feel the pelvic floor be allowed to drop down as you feel the stretch in that left psoas. Hip flexor getting a nice stretch. Take your time. And then we're going to come on up, lifting all the way up. Arms reaching overhead. Once again, come to prayer. Hands frame your ears. 3 breaths here. Center channel holding you steady. Inner thighs reaching toward each other will stabilize the body. Exhale. 1 more breath. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Walk your hands backward and let's stretch out that right leg, coming into half splits. Pressing back with the right hip, drawing the left hip forward. Flex the right foot if you can. Inhale, lift up to fingertips. And then exhale, fold over the right leg. I'm going to stay here for 3 breaths. Each breath, I'm connecting and surrendering to spirit. One more. All right. Slowly begin to walk your hands forward. Plant the hands down on either side. In fact, go ahead and grab your blocks. We're going to use the blocks for this next transition. Lift up with the left knee, and then we're going to shift the weight forward into the right foot, lifting the left foot up, and then folding over the right leg as much as you're comfortable, coming into standing splits. So you don't have to fold over a lot. You can keep it a lot higher if you wish. Left leg is lifted, and then slowly bring that left foot down next to the right, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up. We're going to lift the arms up, come to prayer hands. Top of the exhale frames your ears. Exhale comes into standing prayer, backward bend. 1 additional breath here.
Energy flowing up and down the body. And then upward facing hands and forward fold all the way. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. From here, let's come all the way up again. Arms reach up, and then hands are going to come to heart. Take one breath here in mountain pose with Anjali Mudra hands. All right, from here we're going to step back with the right foot this time, coming into that initial warrior one on the other side. So this time left leg is forward, right leg is back. Take time with your transition. Not rushing tonight, so there's plenty of time to really make those little tweaks. Looking down at your left foot, make sure that it feels planted and solid. Energy coming up through the arch. You should be able to see your big toe and maybe the next toe over. Bringing the hands back to the heart. We're going to lift them up, frame your ears, palms together. Nice deep inhale here, staying here for 3 breaths. And exhale. One more. On your exhale this time, bring the hands to goddess arm. Tap into your own inner goddess. Lift your heart, feel strong and connected. Inhale, bring those hands back up, and then we're going to transition to bring the hips to the right side of the mat, coming into warrior 2. So you're squaring the hips to the side, still dipping into that front left knee. Nice, warrior 2 here, 2 more breaths. Holding the poses is sometimes a little more difficult than moving, but it gives us a chance to drop in. From our warrior 2, pivot on that left foot now, come to 5-point star. So each of your limbs is spread out, reaching and lifting in opposite directions. Energy coming up through the crown of your head. Imagine that energy reaching the beautiful lotus flower. Bring your hands to your waist. With a flat back, begin to fold forward, slowly coming into this wide leg forward fold. Drop your head down, release the crown toward the earth, but lift your thigh muscles up so that your legs and core support you. Inhale, come up to fingertips, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. This time, inhale, come up to fingertips, walk your hands around to the front of the mat. We'll come first into a low runner's lunge position, but then immediately drop the right knee down, coming into low crescent. Again, take your time here. Let that right psoas, that right hip flexor, have a chance to feel the stretch. Just let the pelvic floor drop down. Here's where the gravity of the earth can do some of the work for you. So just let go. Let the stretch occur naturally. And then we'll begin to lift up. So we'll draw the energy back up through the core and the spine. Arms are going to reach up once again, framing the ears. We're going to stay in this position for 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once again, inhale. Exhale. And and bring your hands back down to the mat. Walk them backward as we stretch out the left leg in Hanumanasana. First coming up in a higher position, lifting up to fingertips, pressing the left hip back, drawing the right hip forward. As you take your next breath in, lift your heart, and then as you exhale, bend your elbows back and fold. For 3 breaths, we'll stay in this position. Each breath, I connect to spirit and surrender. All right, as you inhale the next time, walk your hands forward, bend back into that left knee. Have your blocks handy once again. Lift up the right knee. We're going to press forward into standing splits. So you can bring your support onto the blocks as you shift the weight into the left leg, raising the right leg as much as you like. And then as you wish, however much you'd like, you can fold over the left standing leg. Feel that rooted connection down through your foot, the right leg lifting as the left leg roots. Right leg come on down next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Both arms are going to reach up, palms together. Exhale, standing backward prayer. An additional breath here, lifting your heart. And exhale. Come back to Tadasana, mountain pose with hands at the heart. Go ahead and bring your toes out and your heels slightly in. With the hands at the heart, we're going to descend down into Malasana or squat. So see if you can lower and your tailbone down toward the floor. My blocks are in the way, yours might be too. So come on down into your squat position. If you can, the heels come down. If the heels need to stay up, that's perfectly fine too. Your aim is to have your elbows on the inside of your knees and lengthen that tailbone down. Take a breath here in Malasana. Option at this point is to raise your arms up once again, lifting. And those opposing forces of lifting and grounding coming into play. Nice deep breath. Bring the hands back down to the heart. Bring your hands down to the mat. Help yourself up. You can round your back here as you come into a forward fold. Release your head all the way down. All right, from this position, we're going to bring the knees down onto the mat. And if you have a blanket, I would suggest that you may want to come. We're going to do a little bit of a kneeling position with camel. So if you'd like a blanket underneath your knees, you can unwind that or unwrap a blanket and bring that to support your knees. And then let's take our blocks on either side of the ankles. So coming into camel, we want to bring the knees underneath the hips so they're coming directly down, and here's your grounding, here's your foundation. So plug those knees into the mat just as we plugged the feet in before. Lift the energy up, lengthen the tailbone down. Lift up through the crown, reach your head up toward the ceiling. And then we're going to bring both arms directly up. Now you can curl your toes if that helps you to stabilize in your kneeling position. It's up to you.
We're going to leave the left arm reaching up, and we're going to roll the right shoulder back. Keep the heart and the body square to the front. Reach the right arm back, and then begin to come into your back bend, reaching the right fingers toward the block. I have mine on the highest position because I am not particularly flexible through the upper back. So I need a higher support here. Feel your heart lifting, feel your lower body grounded. Shoulder blades are squeezing together in the back. All right, inhale, bring the right arm up. And let's just bring them both down. Take one little rest here in child's pose. Nice deep breath in. And release. Come on back up. Build your foundation once again as we prepare for Ustrasana on the left side. So take your time, build the foundation and draw the energy just as we did before. Eventually bringing both arms up. This time we're going to roll the left shoulder back. Keep your sight square to the front, just roll the shoulder back. Lift the heart up, the fingers are reaching up, and then begin your back bend, reaching backward for that left block. Nice deep breath lifts your heart. Exhale, grounds you down. One more breath. All right, inhale, lift the left arm back up and bring the hands down to the mat. This time we're going to do a counter pose to camel, known as hare pose. So let's take a nice long cat stretch. So bring the upper back right up toward the ceiling. Lift up between the shoulder blades. Just let your head hang and be loose. Your neck is nice and relaxed. But keep stretching up between the shoulder blades. Bring it as high as you can. With that in place, walk your hands backwards toward your knees. Eventually bringing your palms very close to your knees. And then once they've caught in that position, bend your elbows back. The crown of your head is dropping down toward the mat. And then stop right before that head lands on the surface. So just hovering a hair above the mat. Bring your awareness to the energy that's flowing out of the top of your head. The energy of the earth that's reaching up. Breathe here. One more breath if you can. Surrendering to spirit and connecting. Inhale, slowly bring your head back up, walk your hands forward, and you can come into tabletop. You can remove that blanket. We're done with the kneeling part of the class. We can bring the blocks back up to the front. We have a little bit more movement before we move all the way down. So let's go ahead and we're just going to lift up, walk our feet to the front, coming back into a standing position and a forward fold. Walk your hands up the body, just take your time, lifting up. It's always good to transition slowly after you've been in an inversion. Arms reach up and overhead. Connect your palms. Inhale. Exhale. Come into that back bend. Up. Standing prayer. Inhale, bring the hands up. And then once again, bring hands in Anjali Mudra to the heart. We're going to shift our weight into the left leg, moving into Vrksasana or tree pose. So plant your left foot or your left root down. Begin to slide the right foot up your leg, opening up the knee and the right hip. And that foot can come above or below the knee, either place, wherever it is most stable for you to take a tree pose. Find something that you can focus on that doesn't move. Find your drishti point. You can stay here with hands at the heart, or if you can, bring those hands up, keep your palms connected. Once again, frame your ears, lifting, reaching the fingers up toward the universe. Breath flowing easily in both directions. Connect to spirit. Bring your hands back down. Bring your right foot back down. And let's do a little forward fold. Inhale, stand back up, and we'll set up for the other side. So reach your right foot down this time, planting that root of the tree. Lift the left leg up. Decide where you find it to be most stable, above or below the knee. Hands start off at the heart, palms together. And then at your option, lift the arms up, frame the ears, and reach upward toward the heavens. 3 full breaths here. Exhale, release the hands down, release the left foot, and let's do arms up and then forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. All right, we're going to come all the way down. So you can come down to hands and knees. And here's where, if you have a bolster, and I know both of you do that are with me in practice tonight, but if you have a bolster, we're going to take a little restorative pose at the end to come back and end our practice on a little meditative note as well. So we're going to bring that bolster right on the top of the legs, coming into a restorative Paschimottanasana, or caterpillar as it's known in Yin. So you can bring the bolster here, you can build it up a little bit higher if you wish, with a block or with a blanket. We're going to be folding over and just allowing ourselves to feel supported on the bolster. So make that whatever height you like. Again, you can build it up. And then we're just going to round the back forward. Bring your arms around the support and bring your forehead down. Make sure that it's at a height where the forehead can actually rest on something. So I'm going to add a blanket to mine. Because I really want the head to completely relax and release. As you move into this posture, once again, feel the grounding awareness of your legs. The solid, unwavering connection that you have to Mother Earth. The connection that you have to all living things. The connection to all the people in your life. Human connection you have to everyone on the planet. Just take a few moments and we'll meditate on those thoughts. Last minute or so of this restorative posture, remember that Isvara Parinanda is known as surrender. Surrender yourself. Let go of the stress. Let go of the worry. Let go of all the things that you cannot control. To me, surrender to Spirit means that you can let go of that need to control, to figure out the outcome of everything. With the flow of life, and appreciate and be grateful for every present moment. To lift the spine, stacking one vertebra at a time. Draw the energy back up through the back body. Lift your arms up, reach them overhead, connect once again the palms. Take a deep inhale, lift those fingers high. Exhale and bring your hands down. Supports. Although if you'd like to use your bolster in any way in your Shavasana practice, or your Shavasana, you can bring that back down onto the mat. I have one more pose before we completely lay out. So go ahead and roll down to your back. And I'm just going to bring both feet up in the air. So this is almost the same variation of what we just did a minute ago, sitting up. But this time we're switching it around. In waterfall pose, the upper part of your body gets the grounding energy. Your shoulders, the back of your head, your upper, middle, and lower back, all connecting, all supported. This time your feet and legs get the release, and experiencing the reaching of the energy up toward the sky. So visualize those energy forces. More breaths right here. And then as you exhale, you can bring the feet down. You can go ahead and stretch all the way out if you like, or if you want to use a bolster to support under the knees. Create whatever kind of shape for Shavasana you would like. But do see if you can come back to your original intention for your practice. Yourself space and time to surrender and feel connected.
yourself a little hug around the knees. Take your time, and as you are ready, you can roll up. Come back to your seat. Draw those arms up, reach the palms together, lift the fingers, gaze upward toward your thumbs. Imagine the universe of spirit that surrounds you and surrounds us all, connecting us universally. Allow your hands to come down to the heart center, connecting deeply to your own innermost spirit. The light in me is honored. I'm so grateful for the light within you. Thank you so much for sharing space with me in practice. Om Shanti and Namaste.